Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Dragon Culture Media proudly brings to you the Command Center. And today in the Command Center, as always, it's yours truly, Draken. And my partner in crime, as always, wrong side, is Makara. Makara, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Let's see if we can get through the stream without any issues, so to speak. Had to tease you there a little bit. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
At least our chat is working. Yesterday, and our chat was not working at all on Brimstone's show. It's like, oh no, like, nobody can chat with anybody. So, and it finally got working.
Yeah, chat looks good, and just want to give a shout out to the Ep.008 from Unfiltered Outlaws podcast. He provided the new intro today, so I want to give him a shout out. And we've got a little project that Beast is putting the finishing touches on as we speak, and hopefully we'll have that done soon. But we got a little music video that we're putting together, and it's going to be for a little tribute to the Daughter's Revenge graphic novel that Jay and X-Wing are putting out. So that should be done soon. And yeah, when that's out, we'll share it on X first, and then we'll probably share it on here. And if Beast wants to, they'll probably share it on their podcast too. So yeah, there's that. And so we got a few topics today. Me and Mac are going to talk about our favorite Ranger suits outside of the MMPR suits. The MMPR suits are just so iconic. That's pretty much, I think, going to be at the top of pretty much everyone's list. So kind of the same with Tommy. Tommy is, even if he's not on the top, he's on just about everyone's top 5. So we're going to look at other suits. And then after that, we're going to take a look at our favorite movies and or TV shows that we love, but pretty much everyone else around us just can't stand. So that should be a fun topic. So yeah, Makara, where do you want to start?
Let's see. Hopefully, don't mess up or anything. I'm trying to go to where I had. Where did I put my? Okay, I knew I had some things that I saved. Oh, there they are.
Doomyverse in the house.
Huh?
I said Doomyverse is in the house.
Doomy. And let's see. We'll start with.
And I think one of your friends, your Barney.
Yeah, Barney. Hello, everyone. Let's see. Hopefully that works. All right, is it up?
Yeah, here we go. All righty.
Well, of course, gotta go SPD SWAT.
They were some cool suits. So opine on them a bit. Tell us a little bit about them, why they're your favorite, and why you chose them over literally the 30 plus other suits that there are.
I mean, look at them. That's cool. And it's like usually the suits are like kind of like plain. So when you get like suits that actually have like different motifs and they have like armor, it's pretty cool. Kind of like with Mystic Force. Mystic Force also had their legendary upgrades, and the armor looked cool on those too.
Right.
So yeah, we have SPD. They definitely look a lot better than A Squad. A Squad was kind of, I mean, they had, I kind of wish they did a little bit more. They wanted to make them seem different, but it's also like.
I will give A Squad an F, but an A for effort. And the reason being is they're really not great suits. It's literally just a motocross suit with the in-space helmets. That being said, I give them an A for effort because it's halfway original. Very cheaply made. Like they really look like they just went to the motocross store and got a bunch of pads, which is probably what they did. But which is sad though, because motocross pads today aren't that cheap. So it's like, it makes me wonder if they could have saved money by actually designing some original suits. So
well, it's because you would expect them to look a little bit better than SPD suits, just because they're A squad. They're supposed to be like the best of the best. So when you get like B squad looking better than them, it's kind of like they're supposed to live up and surpass that A squad. That's why even when Kruger said, "Hey, you want to be A squad," and they're like, "No, we're okay being B squad."
Well, I think I mentioned this, in one of our past episodes, but I was under the impression that the SWAT upgrades that they're wearing, now clearly they're still the B squad suits, but I was under the impression that the armor and everything was intended for A squad, or at least that's how I remember it. So it'd be interesting if someone, with AI and everything, it'd be interesting if someone could make the A squad suits with the SWAT attachments. That would be kind of neat to see.
Yeah, and then okay.
Alrighty, so let's take that off, and then I'll show you mine. Let's see here. I don't want to kick.
So that one would be my top. So I guess we'll just switch off and show our list. But
so let me pull mine up. And here's mine. Not too original, but of course, my favorite suits, the Psycho Rangers. Yes, they are very paint by numbers, but there was a little bit of a gloss and a metallic look to their suits. It looked like they were wearing race cars. Like when I was a kid, that's what it looked like to me. Not so much like the body, but just the paint style of the suits. Like, look at the Blue Ranger. Just that dark, deep, almost royal pearlescent blue. I'm like, that is by far my favorite of the Psycho Rangers. Then the comics put out Psycho Silver. And so the figure, the Psycho Silver, looks amazing. So yeah, that's my favorite suit right there is the Psycho Silver. So is it original? Probably not, but I went with the bad guys, so I had to.
Compared to A Squad, they look a lot better. They look menacing as evil Rangers.
And then they had their monster forms, which were menacing and of themselves too. So,
yeah.
Grand Duke, ooh. I just picture, Homer Simpson drooling like, donut. But no, yeah, so that's my favorite suit. So do you have any honorable mentions that we can bring up?
Let's see. So hold on. Let me try to get it. Should be up in there. So
good morning, Brimstone. How are you today, bud? Let's see here. So you wanted to do Mystic Force as your honorable mention, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, obviously, once you get into like their upgrade, their legendary upgrade, it's still really cool. I like the lines. I like how they're not. I like the capes, even though most people are like, "Oh, the capes are goofy." It's like it's magic, so it's like they're wizards. But I mean, Daggeron looks awesome.
Brimstone says, waiting on the World of Warcraft early access at 6 p.m. tonight. Well, you got to wait. Ooh, that is a wait. I was never too fond of Mystic Force. Just me personally. Ironically, I did get to meet the Red Ranger a few years back. Yeah. So he is, well, I don't know if he is or not still, but he was very much a party animal when I met him. Dude stayed drunk. So that was an experience.
Yeah, maybe that's just his way of handling fame. I don't know. So, or he's got something going on in his life.
But I believe he's Australian. Yeah, because a lot of them were Australian.
Yeah, especially the green one. He was in Bait 3D, so I remember him in that one.
Good morning, Larry. Hi, Larry. Let's see here. Brimstone enjoy. Whoa, we got all kinds of bells and whistles going off.
Yeah, for some reason my notifications were going ding, ding, ding. It's like,
all right. So I don't have any pictures, but I would have to say my honorable mention is actually not a Power Rangers, but it's a Sentai. And that is Q Ranger. Let me see if I can search that real quick. Let's see here.
Yeah, I also like Dino Thunder's suit from I like Trent's suit, the White Ranger. So he has a cool suit, especially when he goes Super Dino mode. So that's another one I like.
Here we go. Let's pull it up. They always want you to just go to the website, and I just want the image blown up. Like why? Let's see here. Open an image, a new tab. Where's it at? And it's not available. Okay, so it won't be that one. Goodness, everything's just to fight me today. StreamYards, I guess. Wait right back to the same site. Saved. Makara, why don't you talk while I look for this? You can go ahead and go to your topics there on the movies and TV shows. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So we usually have. Okay, I'm not good at this, but bear with me. I'm thinking. Movies, shows for hold on. As you can tell, I don't do this very often. Okay, so for movies, most people don't like, but I like, obviously, Avatar. But, people don't like it. That's okay. I like them. For TV shows, gotta go with, I know there's a lot of love for Gilmore Girls, but not a love. Even though there's I don't like the politics in it, but I still like the story, and it kind of veers off after season 3, which I don't like, and the revival was kind of meh. Other than that, I liked it. I still enjoy parts of it. Especially, I thought Lauren Graham played my favorite character, but I also liked some of the other supporting characters, like from Stars Hollow, and some of like the side characters that are kind of in there for like a few episodes or seasons, and then they're gone. Like Sebastian Bach from who used to be with Skid Row. He played Gil, and yeah.
Okay. So I had to do it this way. So these are the suits I was talking about. These are the Super Sentai Q Ranger suits. I really wanted this adapted into Power Rangers so bad. But they never did it. And so yeah, that was a bit disappointing. But you know, we would have had this would have been our first female Green Ranger if they had adapted this. And then it would have been like our second robot ranger. And then we would have had a couple like there were 2 robot rangers in this, and then 2 alien rangers. But I just thought they were so cool. And they did end up using the Zords. So this team, the Zords that they used in Cosmic Fury.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's get this off of there. Okay. Babette and Maury. What, like the show?
No, they're characters from Gilmore Girls. I'm saying, like, if Brensfield and I were talking about like side characters that like aren't main characters of Gilmore Girls. So, because they're just funny, goofy characters. Like they had a lot of them in that show.
I saw that the other day. I haven't been on there yet. I'm wondering how much it is to get the Black Dino Thunder suit, because I'm intrigued by that. Let's see here. He liked Time Force. He didn't like the Q Ranger.
You don't like the Quantum Ranger?
Well, I kind of get it. Like I didn't mind it, but I get where people are coming from, because it was literally the same suit as the regular Red Ranger with just, some squigglies. Then you had the character, Eric, I believe was his name. Mm-hmm. He was just a grade A asshole, but he was still supposed to be a good guy. And it's just like, it's not a very likable good guy. So, no, I get it when people said that they didn't like that Ranger. All right.
Well, so if you compare him to like someone like Merrick, did you like Merrick more personality-wise?
I didn't watch a whole lot of Wild Force. From what I remember of Merrick, Merrick was very standoffish, kept his thoughts to himself. That's the way I remember him. But he was always there when the Rangers needed him. Very stoic, very much tried to keep away from any conflict amongst the Rangers, is the way I remember him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Merrick was pretty cool. And I had his figure years ago. I don't have it anymore, but the Wolf figure was pretty cool. That blue and silver, it really meshed well with together. So, and look who we have here. We've got the Wayfarer in the house. How's it going, Wayfarer? Got just what we need. I do that every time I see him.
So what would be your least favorite suit?
Surprisingly enough, RPM.
Really?
I would put RPM in.
I mean, they're corny, but I actually like the show. So I can forgive this. I don't like the Zords.
There's aspects of them that I like, but for me, they're at the bottom. I hate the season, but I even liked Operation Overdrive. Their suits more than I liked RPM's.
You and I are complete opposite, because like I like RPM, but I can't stand Operation Overdrive. Like the song drives me nuts because it's not catchy, It's not.
I agree.
Songs.
No, I agree. Like
Mystic Force, the songs got crappy. I mean, RPM doesn't have a great song, but it has a great cast and great characters.
the worst part, and we're just talking about the suits. The worst part of the Operation Overdrive suits is their helmets. The suits themselves, I liked the cohesion. I liked. Well, in a lot of ways, it's similar to the structure of the Psycho Ranger suits, where it's. Some people might think this is as a bad thing, but they're a team, and so their suits are all the same minus the color. And usually with Power Rangers, they're what's different on the suit is the helmet, and the helmets on those Rangers just looked so generic. I don't know any other way to say it. It's just generic. Yeah, Duke has a good point. Some of these artists and AI rendered suits are better than what was released. I agree. Yeah. So going into my movie and TV show. So I'm going to start with my movie. And for me, it was the 2006 movie Click. And I absolutely loved this movie, and I figured we'd watch the trailer. Probably have to pause it a couple times, but this movie was so funny and yet still heartfelt. There's not many movies that make me tear up. Usually it has something to do with an animal. This was the first movie that had an animal but didn't really involve anything happening to the animal. And that, like, towards the end when he's like dying, people, it's a 20-year-old movie, so if you have an issue with spoilers, that's on you. But that actually made me tear up, and I remember watching it for the first time, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. This dude's dying. And now he did it to himself, and if you've seen the movie, you know what happens next.
But Yubi gets it in the chat.
Yeah, it gets me every time. It doesn't matter how many times I see it, I still get choked up at that scene. And just it's more so not that he's dying, it is the relationship with his son that gets you. And so we'll watch this trailer here. Let me get my screen pulled up.
The most awesome force in the universe. The most powerful device ever created is now in the hands of one man.
Cool. Egghead. I had to throw that joke in there. I don't think they did it in this movie. Maybe they did, but I loved how in almost every Adam Sandler movie they make fun of the shape of his head.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Grown Ups, it's his ears.
Yeah.
They make fun of each other.
Say it again.
I said they make fun of each other all the time.
Oh,
just good friends roasting each other.
Adam Sandler makes fun of himself. You gotta. The best comedians are the ones that make fun of themselves.
Yeah.
You wanted a universal remote. That remote controls your universe.
For me to do those documents, it's gonna take me months.
Okay. This scene, I don't know if they show it, but this scene has got to be the funniest scene I have ever seen in a movie. He literally farts in David Hasselhoff's mouth. Cracks me up every time.
And you better get started.
Wow, I got a big headache.
You do?
So I can re-experience any part of my life I want to.
I heard a song playing.
Okay, and they couldn't have chosen anyone hotter to play his wife. Let me tell you, every teenage boy had a crush on Kate Beckinsale. It's just the truth. Especially like when she showed up in the Underworld movies.
Oh, yeah.
Black leather does wonders.
Playing on the radio this morning.
We have a song?
The song that was playing during our first kiss.
What the hell is our song?
Do you have
Oh my God. Get it. Oh, that's my boy. Linger was playing during our first juicy.
So probably gonna get struck on that song, but oh well.
Kiss. You look beautiful in that pink sweater.
Honey, you remember what I was wearing?
I love you.
I love you too, honey.
Now you have to admit, every middle-aged man would probably love to have a remote like that.
Yeah.
Probably some teenagers would love to have a remote like that.
How many anniversaries would be saved?
I think women would absolutely love their husband having a remote like that because they would always remember. Remember what you ask? Everything.
Unless you have one of those rare guys who kind of remembers everything you say. So it's like, well.
Yeah, that ain't going to be me. Yeah, sometimes I forget what I had for dinner. That's rough.
Yeah. Skipping the shower and skipping getting dressed. And looking sexy. I like that.
Have you been drinking, Daddy?
The remote.
Making up.
Click it.
Nope. Don't want to see that. Exactly. That face. Exactly.
Border on its own. What else did I miss?
Adam Sandler.
You look a little pale there, pal. Let me fix that. Don't get the Hulk angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
Click.
Plants cat.
Yeah, but your kid stinks.
Ah.
Want to do that a few times.
Regular Derek Jeter right there.
That happened to my children.
Okay. I'm sorry. If that was to happen in real life, that would have shattered that kid's eye socket or something. Goodness.
That's what happened to my nephew during baseball. I was like, oh no. So he had a little bit of a shiner.
Stacey, did you put shit in my salad? That's one of the greatest scenes ever. I swear. It's so childish, but I loved it. Yeah. Ricky Gervais, man. He's kind of a king of comedy, that dude. All right. So what are your thoughts on that movie, Makara?
It's definitely up there with, it's so funny. I definitely like it more than Jack and Jill, but obviously, but it's funny because even QB Halloween is so ridiculous, but it's so funny because sometimes you just need a dumb movie to have a good time.
There were so many things wrong with Jack and Jill. I don't think we can name them all. Sometimes the movie is just crap.
Some ideas are better than others, and some should just stay in theory.
Yeah. But then, every now and then you get a gem like Click, and Hoobie Halloween was a good one. Yeah. There was with Click, I felt like there was actually heart behind it. It wasn't just being stupid for the sake of being stupid. There was a purpose of it. I mean, sure, there was stupid jokes and childish jokes like farting in his mouth. But I mean, come on, who has not wanted to do that to someone that you do not like? Yeah, I just want to take a shit in your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, no one would be probably brave enough to do it because that is a little extreme. But if you have the remote of a god, then I don't know. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, have you seen Benchwarmers? That bully kid completely farts in that kid's face. Nelson gets his poor face farted on.
The algorithm seemed to have worked. Was not aware of the existence of this channel. Well, we're going. This is our 8th episode, so we're growing slowly. We'll get there.
Yeah.
I have faith.
Yeah, hopefully someday I'll be able to talk and not sound like a complete retard. But you know what? Retard works for most people, so
I'm fortunate with these. I got these AirPods, so they work just fine.
yeah.
So,
And I'm not acting like a retard. I actually am one. So, but I do need to. I have fun with it. So if I don't get my words out completely, yeah. But I
So
think
the
most
next-
people here know me.
so the next
Cool.
one I have for you guys is Terra Nova. So, I don't know if any of you know this. This was a 1-season show, and I thought the concept was absolutely fascinating. So the gist of the show is basically the world is coming to an end. The world is overpopulated, overpolluted. We don't have the technology to go to other planets, but we got to find some way to save the planet. The government solution: they invent time travel and send everyone back to the Jurassic period. So let's watch the trailer.
The eyes of the world are on Hope Plaza today, as the 10th pilgrimage prepares to depart for Terra Nova, bringing the total number of colonists to over 1,000.
Give me security. Whatever happens, keep moving.
Sir, I need you to step out of line.
We go in there, we can't come back.
We will be right behind you. I won't go without Dad. Go with your brother. Instead, we'll find a way.
Citizens of 2149, together, we are at the dawn of a new civilization. Welcome to Terra Nova.
So you kind of see why I chose this, or one of the reasons.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, this show came out before the first Avatar, maybe a little bit after it. It was around the same time as the first Avatar movie. And I don't think this show gets credit enough. I personally feel like a large reason why so many people went and saw Avatar was because of this show. Now, I don't know why it didn't get more seasons. It had a very large audience for the first season. I think it lasted 20 episodes, and then they killed it for whatever reason. I think the rumor I heard was advertisers weren't buying time slots or whatever, and so NBC killed the show. That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's true or not, but
well, it's got Jason O'Mara in it, so maybe I'll watch it someday.
but I don't want to get hit. I probably already have gotten hit, so we're going to go ahead and get off of that for now.
We'll just pause. It's always pause.
Wait for it.
I know some people are like, just play the clip. It's like, no, you have to pause because they will strike you if you don't pause.
Yeah.
You have to pause and react.
Wait, we can pretend to act as retards. This is news to me. Okay, that came in first, but I had to show that afterwards because it just fit. All right, so we still got 30 minutes. Let's talk about whatever we want to. Makara, is there anything you want to talk about? Because we kind of blew through the topics today. Ladies and gentlemen, we were not prepared at all today. We, like the last minute, me and Mac were coming together like, we got to, look, she's been busy, I've been busy. It's been a long year. So, what sort of ideas you got?
I mean, if you want to talk more about Power Rangers, yeah.
Of course, always.
Yeah.
What you got? What's on your mind?
I don't know if you ever did you ever watch? You never watched Jungle Fury at all?
I dabbled in it. I remember when it came on. You got to remember, I think I was in college at the time of Jungle Fury. So the idea of a bunch of cat rangers seemed pretty retarded to me at the time.
Well, I mean, they have a wolf and a rhino, but I just kind of
later on, yeah.
I was talking more like Camille and Jared. I was like, Camille and Jared had like cool designs for their suits. I mean, and then they get like upgrades for. They get upgrades for their suits.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a couple. And then of course you have Jungle Fury. So I was like, because they're lion and chameleon, and then she becomes like a chameleon phoenix. He becomes like a lion, but a griffin. So it's like combines the ego.
Well, if I remember correctly, Jared was possessed by an evil, Daishi. So he was possessed by the spirit Daishi, and I think Daishi was the lion, or was Daishi the griffin?
No, Daishi was the dragon, I think, and then because his spirit, Jared's spirit, is a lion.
Okay,
so that's why he's able to morph into the lion type ranger.
Okay. Yeah, because the way I understood it was, it's kind of as much as I didn't care for the show, it was a little sad that they didn't build off of Jared and Camille because they were different than Rangers because they weren't connected to the grid, but they were still kind of like Rangers. And I would have liked to have seen Saban play on that because you could have had a season in the future or maybe even a spin-off series that ran concurrent with Power Rangers, where you had a team of heroes that were like Rangers, but they didn't use the grid. They didn't rely on the grid.
Yeah.
So that could have been cool.
Yeah. I just think those are some pretty bad A designs right there.
Yeah.
Like, I like usually Daggeron and Liam Bow are my favorites, but sorry, that one's a little fuzzy, but that was the only one I could find.
Let's see here. I remember, now this is going back a ways, but I remember one of the auxiliary rangers that I really liked and I was fascinated by was the Blue Centuron in Turbo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I, as a kid growing up, I considered a Blue Centuron as the actual 6th Ranger of Turbo. But according to actual lore, official lore, the Phantom Ranger is considered the 6th Ranger of Turbo. And I was just like, to me, that feels weird because the Phantom Ranger appears in Lost Galaxy, in space, and like pretty much all the seasons after Turbo, he appears in each one of them. So like I never associated the Phantom Ranger with Turbo. The Blue Centuron is only in Turbo.
Yeah. We had some good stuff. We had some bad stuff, but we had some good stuff too. Yeah.
So let me ask you that on this with the Phantom Ranger, who did you think? Because I remember this was big as a kid. When I was a kid, everyone was theorizing on who the Phantom Ranger was. And I don't know.
Some people thought it was Fred from the Mighty Morphin movie.
I, as a kid, I was thinking it was Billy. That's who I was thinking it was.
Yeah. Well, some people, I was like, well, it can't be Dustin, but A lot of people like thought maybe, hey, maybe it's Fred from the movie, because like he always wanted to be a ranger, and he wanted to be like a gold ranger, because he was like, oh, silver ranger, and then he's like Fred Calvin, the gold ranger. So there's a very like, I mean, it would have been, I don't know if they like ever followed up with that, because it's like it would have been nice, because obviously we got Jason from, yeah, Brimstone said Billy from the future.
Yeah. That was one of the theories. Yeah. And another Sixth Ranger that I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on was Sam from SPD, the first Omega Ranger. Not to be confused with the comic book Omega Rangers. Those are not tied to each other at all. But I liked how they set Sam up in the beginning of the series. And then when the reveal happened, it felt a little lackluster, because he just kind of like threw it out there and then went away. And the episode ends with them chasing his light form. And they're like, hey, wait. And then they never really touched on it again. Like they were just cool.
Yeah. And then they had the brief scene with with Nova. So Nova and Omega came in, and then they demorphed finally, and then they left back to their time.
That's another thing. Like Nova, I don't remember really anything about the Nova Ranger, and I'm like, man, that would have been cool if they had touched on that more.
Well, obviously she was like a partner with Sam, but he hardly really. I don't remember him mentioning her. So it would have been kind of nice to get more info on her, other than she just made an appearance, and you're like, oh, well, Nova's kind of cool, but
there was a lot of things that they set up with SPD. I wonder if the creators of that show intended to build on it more, and then Saban was like, no. So,
which is a shame, because it's like there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of lore that would have been nice to have an expansion on.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's one of the things that's sad with like, I was excited when Hasbro took over Power Rangers. A lot of people were upset, and it's funny now, because the people who were upset back then like what Hasbro is doing, and the people that were excited don't. I find it a little ironic. But there's so much that Hasbro could be doing with the series. I mean, it's been sitting on the shelf for 2 years now. And it's like, well, Disney's doing this thing. And it's like, well, okay, it's your property, not Disney's. Like the way they structured it, it's not Disney's property. Disney is just a distributor. So why is Hasbro following Disney's lead when the contract, the way I read it, is it's not their show. It's not Disney's show. So why is the production company taking second fiddle to the distributing company?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Make it make sense. Who would be your least favorite Power Ranger character or villain?
Least favorite. I remember Lothar being very annoying in Ninja Storm.
I was gonna say his nieces, but
well, I kind of had a crush on the one, not the older, but so they weren't as annoying to me.
Capri or Mara?
I think Capri was the younger one.
No, Capri was the blonde-haired one.
It was because there was the one that had the big round fluffy hat.
Okay, so that was the younger one, because she was also in
Dino Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, she was in Dino Thunder. She was also Claire in Mystic Force.
Oh, okay. Well, that shows why I didn't know that. I didn't watch Mystic Force. So.
She had more of a role in Mystic Force, because she became the she became a sorceress like her mom. So she was like the gatekeeper.
About the only thing I remember about Mystic Wars, because like I said, I didn't watch it, but I do remember that the evil Purple Ranger ended up being, Korag ended up being the Red Ranger's father, and the White Ranger was his mom, and then Rita ended up at some point off screen. It was revealed that she ended up becoming the Mystic Mother.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's interesting. So somewhere out there, it's possible, based on what they did with the lore, it's possible to have a battle between Robo Rita and Mystic Mother.
Absolutely.
Not that it would happen, but it's possible.
Yeah, it would have been. There's a lot of like stuff they could continue doing with. Most unsatisfying ending in the Power Rangers show. Or were they all pretty like satisfying in a way? Because of course they always like lose their powers or they have to give them up at the end.
If I'm going to stick with the show, I'd probably say the most unsatisfying would probably have to go all the way back to MMPR. The transition from MMPR to Zeo, because they supposedly destroyed the Zords, but the suits weren't destroyed. But then the coins were left in the power chamber, and then the power chamber was destroyed. And it's like, the transition didn't make any sense. And it wasn't until In Space and then later with Ninja Steel, when they introduced the Master Morpher, that it started making more sense, after the fact.
They kind of tried to hurry and rush and fix it because they realized.
Right.
Oh.
And then if you want to go more recent, I would say, though I liked it overall, the Once a Ranger special where they brought, everyone who was left back. That ended a little. Again, it's one of those things where the way it was written, you could tell that they intended for more to build off of it, and then they just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They supposedly had all these plans for the actress that played Trini's daughter. They didn't do it. They didn't do none of it. They literally
didn't really care for her.
David Yost in an interview talked about how he was literally commissioned by Hasbro to write a whole series to continue off of that. He turned it in. They shelved it. Not that it was bad. They just shelved it.
Well, I think they kind of just realized the popularity for Trini's daughter maybe wasn't there. I don't think a whole enough people really enjoyed her character.
It goes back to, if the fans don't like what they want to do, then they just don't do anything with the IP.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just Power Rangers. Warner Brother does that. Marvel does that. They're freaking spiteful as all get out, and it's bullshit. Just do what we want. It's not that hard to find out what we want. But no, the creator's like, well, no, I want to do this. And the studio's like, yeah, we're behind the creator. And then the fans shit on it, and they're like, well, then we're just not going to do anything. I was like, what the fuck? Excuse my language. That's a hot button for me.
That's okay. I have moments like that. I ranted last week, so.
It's my turn now.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as the Beast is done with his part of our project, we will post it on X, and then next week we'll play it on here, and then we'll go from there. I have 2 other versions that I am still working on. One is a live version. I've been playing around with some AI, and I found a way to make a song sound like it's live in concert. So I've been playing around with that. So I'm excited about that one. And then it's the same song, but it's going to sound more like a studio recording. So I'm putting those 2 out. but they're heavy metal versions. The one that I sent to Beast is a more period accurate song. So war drums, things like that. So yeah, that's going to, I'm really excited. So I'm really excited to see what Beast has put together. I saw a little preview of it and it looks really good. It looks like he has found a way to mimic the art style from the promotional clips that Jay and X-Wing and everyone has put out. So that's really exciting. So I really think a lot of people are going to like it. And I hope Jay and everyone, X-Wing and, what's his name? Their artists. I just know him by his X handle, the Dreaded Dinosaurs, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I was right. Dreaded Dinosaur is his X handle. He's the artist. So yeah, thank you, Rizik. Thank you, Eric. So I hope they all like it. And I know, Doomy. I've caught a couple of your rants. They can be quite funny sometimes. So. But I think we're going to cut it a little early here because, like I said, we blew through our topics. I'm going to pat us on the back because I'm amazed that we got as much as we did out of our topics, given that the last minute that we came up with them. So next week we'll try to put a little more thought into them.
Yeah, it was a long week for me, so I apologize. Considering that he's like, "Hey, you got any ideas?" Well, I just started rambling off ideas. He goes, "Oh, yeah, we'll go with that."
Thank you, Doomy. I appreciate that, bud. So, says here, you were recommended on my head. Well, good. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, bud. I hope to see more of you here. I think this is probably our biggest stream live, so that's awesome. I think at one point we had about 10 people here. So that may not sound a lot, but when we average about 1 or 2, that's quite a bit.
I mean, when you're starting off, of course, you're grateful for what you get. Learn how to be grateful.
So I want to thank everyone for being here. McCurr, where can the peeps find you?
Let's see, Twitter, and I have my YouTube channel, which is also linked to my Twitter, or if you want to just look me up, I have like 2 different accounts, but the one with the red hair is the one that's my main account for art. And then Wednesdays I stream with Brimstone and Wasp. So
all right,
that's where I be found.
All right, well, guys, you can find me here on this channel. About at least once a week, I try to put out new songs on this channel. They are AI, but I try to make them as realistic as possible. I'm not trying to dupe anyone. I just know like the more real the song sounds, the more heart that you feel behind it. I do make occasional meme songs, like the most recent one I did on Dan. That was just pure fun because it's been over a year and he still hasn't done the Men Buns or Gays song, so I felt like roasting him just a little bit. But yeah, so Monday mornings I put out a new song, and you can find me on X at Draken_199. And until next week, same time, same place, here in the command center.
Bye.